Power Rangers is terrible television. I'm just gonna say that up front because there's no point pretending otherwise. And yet, it still hasn't been topped, amazingly so. I went back and revisited some episodes of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Not the whole series, of course, I'm not insane, just a couple of episodes, enough to remind myself what Power Rangers was about. And watching it now as an adult is honestly a strange experience because you're constantly bouncing between, whoa, this is rough, and fuck yeah, this is awesome. What you have to understand first is that Power Rangers wasn't just a television show, it was a lifestyle. I collected the sticker books, I still have them, I had the toys, I even watched the live tour, True Story. This thing followed you everywhere school, playground, home, imagination. It completely took over your life. You either were the cool kid or you weren't. You were down with the Power Rangers or you weren't. And everybody was down with the Power Rangers, let's be honest. And for me, I always wanted to be the Black Ranger, didn't care about Jason, the red one, didn't even care about Tommy, the green one, or Tommy as the White Ranger. No debate for me, no discussion there for me. I always wanted to be the Black Ranger. That was the one I thought was the coolest. So going back to this now isn't just revisiting a show. It's revisiting a whole mindset. It's revisiting, well, nostalgia really. And the second you press play, reality kicks in fast. One of the first things I noticed is how immediately awkward it can be. There's an early fight, well, not even a fight really, but it's a moment where Jason, the Red Ranger, the leader, the competent one, he literally stumbles on the mat. Not because he gets hit, not because something dramatic happens, he just trips, he stumbles basically. I think it's even the first, like literally the first episode within the first 5 or first 10 minutes, I think. And that's the exact moment my brain switches on and goes, oh, right, this is what this actually is. And once that switch flips, you start noticing everything. The Zords, they don't even look real. They look like plastic toys, which is what they are. There's a putty scene where a putty is getting punched up a hill where you can clearly tell that the footage is played in reverse. I mean, no argument for me here, but it's not really subtle once you're paying attention. As a kid, your brain filled in the gaps automatically, but as an adult, you see the gaps everywhere. But here's the thing, and this is where it gets interesting. Even while you're noticing all of that, some of the stuff still hits immediately. The morphing sequences still work. I don't care. I really don't care how old you are, but when Jason says, it's morphin time, I mean, your brain just responds like, fuck yeah, it is. And then the music kicks in, and suddenly you remember exactly why the show had such a grip on you. It still goes hard. And the soundtrack, it has absolutely no business doing what it does. It's amazing. And I'm not joking when I say it's on my workout playlist. Every time it comes on, I feel like I could fight 5 people in a parking lot for absolutely no reason. It's pure adrenaline, and it still works. And the more I watched, the more I realized that the choreography actually carries a lot of this show. Like, really, it's not realistic. Well, maybe it is, kinda, obviously, you know, but it's energetic, it's clean, it's physical. The fights, they move, they have rhythm to them, they feel like effort was put into them. And watching it now still gives me that dumb urge to go outside and do some pointless shadow fighting. If you've ever done that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's how cool Power Rangers still is. I watched it and I still was like, yeah, I need to go outside and start punching something in the air. And you know, when you're watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, we have the 5 Rangers, but then Tommy shows up. And honestly, the moment the Green Ranger enters the show, everything changes. The music shifts, the tone shifts, the energy just feels different. I mean, that's a serious upgrade. Like, really, it was. As a kid, this was legendary shit. This was amazing. As an adult, it still is. It still makes sense. Tommy felt dangerous, unpredictable. He was cooler, way cooler than Jason. Everybody wanted to be Tommy. I mean, he had that calm, controlled presence that instantly made everyone else feel less interesting. You know what I'm talking about. And the show clearly knew it. Because once the Green Ranger arc starts, Power Rangers suddenly feels like event television. It really did. When he started losing his powers, that actually mattered. It wasn't just another plot beat, it felt like something important was being taken away. And then when he comes back as the White Ranger, Whew. Basically, the show announces, okay, this guy is special now, okay? New suit, new Zord, new team. That transformation is still one of the most iconic power upgrades in kids' television. And revisiting it now, I completely get why it landed so hard. I still get some kind of goosebumps when I watch the Green Ranger and the White Ranger stuff. It's amazing. And then, you know, this was also the moment where you could tell how big Power Rangers had become. Because not long after that, they even got their own movie, Mighty Morphin's Power Rangers the movie. It was a big deal back in the day. I watched it in the cinema. It had a bigger budget, bigger sets, slightly better effects, let's be honest. And for the first time, Power Rangers felt like it was trying to be real cinema, quote unquote real cinema. And yeah, that's being generous, of course. As a kid, that movie felt massive. Watching it now, I haven't watched the movie. I remember it. It's kind of cheesy, but it's absolutely, it absolutely captured the height of the phenomenon Power Rangers. That movie exists because Power Rangers wasn't just popular, Power Rangers was unavoidable. And that brings me to something I really noticed on this revisit. Power Rangers has never actually been topped. I mean, they tried. We had VR Troopers, we had Big Bad Beetleborgs, and look, I like those shows. I've watched those shows. I really did. They were fun, they had cool suits, and they scratched a similar itch, kinda, sorta, but they never really came close to Power Rangers. They felt like side projects. Power Rangers were the main event. What's even wilder is that even later Power Rangers seasons never fully recaptured this exact magic of Mighty Morphin. We got Lost Galaxy, Time Force, Dino Thunder, and whatnot. All solid in their own ways, I guess, but that lightning in a bottle feeling, that belonged to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It really did. And I think that's because Mighty Morphin wasn't just a show, it was a moment. Everything lined up perfectly, the music, the colors, the simplicity, the repetition, the period in time, the 90s, early 90s. You didn't need the lore, you didn't really need the backstory. You instantly knew who was strong, who was cool, and who you wanted to be. So yeah, revisiting this now, it's tough. I'm not gonna lie. The acting is rough. The shortcuts are obvious. The repetition, it's impossible to ignore. I get it. 145 episodes, well, it's a lot of repetition, sure. But none of that kills what Power Rangers is about. Nothing kills that core. When the music hits, when the morphing starts, when Tommy shows up, it still works to this day. And no reboot, no later season, no successor ever quite replaced that feeling. So here's where I land. I'm pretty conflicted here. If I'm judging this purely as a television show, it's rough, like a 2, maybe a 3 out of 10, maybe. But if I'm judging this as an experience, as a piece of childhood that did exactly what it was meant to do, then I'm gonna say, fuck yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. Not because it's perfect television, but because nothing ever topped it and it's still awesome. Power Rangers peaked immediately, and honestly, I think it's one of the best kids shows ever made. That's my take on, revisiting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.